So the question of the day is, can old dogs, whether you're a motorcycle or a rider or not, learn new tricks? Something look weird to you guys? No camera, no phone? Oh boy, I'm not sure I can do this. So I was talking to a guy at work the other day, and we were having a problem with one of our team members, and he was just kind of explaining the challenges that he was having with them. And I said, you know what, sometimes you're wired that way, especially as we get a little bit older. The red wire goes to the red wire, the black wire goes to the black wire. Every now and then you get crazy ones that have like 3 wires. But sometimes we just are how we are, especially as we get older. Is that right? Nah, we should still learn. But come on, a lot of times we have our routine, don't we? So I don't know about you guys, but when I get up in the morning on a work day, right, it's probably pretty much the same thing, right? You do all the stuff in the bathroom, shave, shower, you know, all that stuff. Brush your teeth. No, I'm not going to say it. Maybe you have breakfast, maybe you don't. You get dressed, you go get in your vehicle, you drive to work. Maybe you stop at the gas station. Not maybe, you stop at the gas station right by the office all the time, and you get 1 Diet Coke and 1 bottle of water. Every day, same thing. It's like Groundhog Day, right? Let's take that to the bike. So I have, well, for me, when I ride, if I ride and I am going to do film a video like I am today, I decide at least where I want cameras. Now, if you guys know the focus problem I have, you'll know that I am always not the most prepared. I don't have a prepared script of everything I'm going to say. As a matter of fact, I normally... Let me ask you a question. If somebody pulls out in front of you and you have your exhaust maybe sounds really good and they have their window down, do you like give it a little throttle just to let them know that you're not happy? I don't know, asking for a friend. But so if I'm going to do that, I go out, I put my boots on, I take the motorcycle out in the driveway, I turn it on, I go back in, get my helmet, my sunglasses, I put a jacket on if I'm wearing a jacket, which I should. You know, it's a routine. I get back on the bike, I make sure that my GoPro looks like it's straight. If I have a second GoPro, whether it's on the back of the bike or facing me or down low, I make sure that's right. I'll get the 2 GoPros kind of working together. It's a routine. It's pretty much, even though I may change things, it's almost the same thing, right? So I have a buddy that says to me, he's like, dude, gotta leave that damn phone off the bike. Now, I will tell you that many of the bikers that have been riding a lot longer than I have will tell you, you don't need no damn phone. You're on here to ride. What are you doing, dude? You shouldn't even be doing videos. You don't need a damn phone out. Well, we're in the modern age, so sometimes you need it for maybe directions. Because I'm a guy and I don't ask directions. It's like putting directions together on a table or something. You just look at the picture. Who needs directions? We're dudes. We don't need that, right? Come on now. But it's like, why do you need a phone? I'm like, well, dude, I listen to music and, you know, I need it for GPS. And then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, how many times do I really need it for GPS? Nobody use it for GPS. Maybe never. Okay, a couple times when I'm going on a trip or something. Yeah. Any other time? No. I know where I'm going, right? If I get lost, who cares? I'm on a bike, I got gas. Yes, for you that follow my channel knows that I get low on gas. I have a half a tank. I can run hundreds of miles. Focus, BoDean, focus. Why is this guy concerning me with his brake lights, his rear lights on? You know what they always say? I'll focus here in a minute. Don't watch the driver, watch the wheels. But he's like, you don't need a darn phone. And I'm just like, man, I don't know if I can get used to that. So I was just pulling into that gas station where I started this video, and I was like, man, I got a camera here, I got my phone holder, which I do love, by the way. And this all really started because I got a new phone the other day. I'll tell you about that in a minute too. Okay, let's talk about that now. Is this wrong? So I had an iPhone 15, and I don't always need the newest gadgets, but I do like new phones. And my beautiful bride, Mrs. BoDean, has an iPhone 12. And we're sitting there, and she's like, I'm having problems with my phone. She's like, we may have to get another one. I'm like, okay, no worries. So I go to the Verizon store. I'm going to pick her up a phone, right? Surprise her with it. It'd be nice. A good husband, right? And I'm looking at the phones, and I see this iPhone Plus, which is the bigger iPhone. Like, I really need that, right? And I'm like, man, that's nice. I'm like, so how much is that phone? What does it change any payments? You know, so I'm talking to the dude. And first of all, the dude's like, well, do you really need it? You can take the size of your... I'm like, you're a salesperson for Verizon, right? Yeah. I'm like, dude, I know what I want. So he's like, well, let me go back and see if we have one. I'm like, okay, you're a store that sells phones and you're worried if you have one. But that's not my issue. So I call Mrs. BoDean. And she answers the phone. She goes, hey. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? She goes, great. I said, look, I got a question for you. And she goes, uh-oh. I'm like, hey, I'm at the store because I wanted to surprise you with the phone, which is now no longer a surprise. But I'm seeing this big Plus model that would be cool. She's like, well, I don't need one that big. I'm like, yeah, I understand that. I'm like, would you mind if I gave you my iPhone 15? It's only 3 months old. She's like, no problem. She's so good to me. She's been married to me like 34 years, something like that. It's crazy. I mean, who else would put up with my ass that long, for sure? That's why I got to be nice and get her phones and stuff. So then I'm leaving with this nice new phone. I'm going to tie this back to the bike here in a minute. Trust me. And I'm driving. I'm like, that seems wrong. I just bought myself a new phone, but she got a new phone, right? So am I clean here? Am I good, or is that wrong? So anyway, as I'm looking at I get on the bike, I'm like, man, my bike's not paired to the phone's not paired to the bike. It's not paired to my headset. So one of the stops, I just paired it to the bike, and I had the camera mount there, or the phone mount there, and I had the camera up here on a video I filmed before, and I'm just like, man, I have Apple CarPlay. I can play music with it in the box. And if I need directions, I can put the directions on there and put it back in the box. Why do I need the phone? So this is all a big test, and I'm just talking to you through it. Does BoDean 52 have the gazumpas? Is that Italian? I'm not sure. I'm not Italian, but it sounded right. It just came to me. Trust me, I tell you, I don't script these things. To have a nice, clean look and no worries about having a phone or anything else in front of me. Just the ride. Other than me talking to you on a GoPro camera on my chin. And can I get used to this? Now, you're going to know real soon, because future videos, you'll be able to tell if I got it back on there or not. But I got to tell you, there's part of me that goes, I kind of like this. I got a full view. I don't have all this gear on me. I don't have to adjust the little camera if it's facing me or turn it around. Now, I may miss something, but I'm just like, man, I kind of like this. I am an old dog. Is this a new trick? I am not sure. Or is this just me trying to change in some ways? Matter of fact, real quick funny story. My beautiful daughter who lives in Chicago, she is a nurse, and she was saying something to me over the phone, and I said, hey, don't try that crap with your dad. I wrote the book on how to do stuff like that when I was younger. And her response was, Dad, you're old. There's new chapters. Get the hell out of here. You can tell she's falls on my side of the family, a little smart ass. But that's one of the reasons I love her, I guess, because she pushes back. But I am open to change. Here it is. What do you guys think? As a matter of fact, I don't even have my backrest on my bike right now. That's right. I am living wild right now. That's right. Bob. Okay, that's Bob. I am living wild. No backrest, no phone, no camera facing me. It's just glorious. I have issues, don't I? Why did I start this video? If you got here this long, Can you leave a message in the comments that says, I endured your ramblings? If you do that, I would really appreciate it, because I'm not so sure I can put up with it myself. I better go. Thanks, folks. Be safe out there. Checking a friend. We'll see you in the next one.
This is BoDean by my side. We'll take Harley for a ride. I love you all like I love fishing.